Out there in the quiet of space, two absolute giants are on a collision course. We're talking about our home, the Milky Way, and our massive neighbor, Andromeda. And this isn't a maybe. It's an event that's already locked in by gravity, billions of years in the making.
And no, this is not science fiction. This is our galaxy's actual future, a head-on merger on a scale that's it's almost impossible to imagine. It's a destiny that was written in the stars long, long before our solar system was even a glimmer of dust. So that brings us to the one question that really matters, right? What happens to us, to our tiny little corner of the universe, our sun, our planets, and any trace that we were ever here? Well, that is exactly what we're going to break down.
All right, so to really understand this battle, you first have to know the fighters. So let's meet the two heavyweight champions of our local galactic neighborhood. Okay, in one corner we have the Andromeda Galaxy. Now, it's younger than us, about 10 billion years old, but it is an absolute beast. We're talking 220,000 light years across, and it's packed with 1 trillion stars. Then, in the other corner, there's us, the good old Milky Way. We're older, sure, at 13.6 billion years, but we're smaller, with only about 400 billion stars. So you can kind of picture it like this young, brawny challenger rushing toward our older, leaner galaxy. And I gotta tell you, Andromeda is not taking a casual stroll. It is rocketing towards us at 110 kilometers per second. To put that in perspective, that's fast enough to get to the moon in about an hour. So yeah, our cosmic countdown has definitely begun. So when you hear 1 trillion stars are heading our way, the first thing that probably pops into your head is just total chaos, right? A cosmic demolition derby of suns smashing into other suns. But here's the first major twist in our story. Star-on-star collisions? They're incredibly unlikely. See, space is just, well, it's mostly empty space. The distances between stars are so mind-bogglingly huge that the two galaxies will mostly just pass right through each other, almost like ghosts. So if the stars aren't the real danger, what is? Well, it's something much, much bigger. Because you have to remember, these aren't just gentle clouds of stars floating around. No, these are seasoned cosmic predators. And both of them have a pretty violent past. And this is where the picture really changes. Cosmologists actually call Andromeda a cosmic cannibal. In its lifetime, it has already completely swallowed at least 2 smaller galaxies. But before we feel too sorry for ourselves, let's be clear, the Milky Way is an even bigger cannibal. I mean, right now, as we speak, our galaxy is in the process of devouring the Sagittarius dwarf galaxy. So this isn't just a collision, it's a title fight between 2 undisputed champions of galactic consumption. Oh, and to make things just a little more interesting, Andromeda has a sidekick. Yep, it's bringing its smaller satellite galaxy Triangulum along for the ride. So now we've got another unpredictable fighter in the ring, turning this galactic duel into a 3-body problem of cosmic proportions. Okay, so with this epic multi-galaxy brawl brewing on the horizon, let's bring the focus back home. What in the world does this all mean for our little solar system, caught right in the middle of it all? So this isn't going to be a quick event. It's more of a slow-motion catastrophe. In about 2 billion years, the outer arms of the galaxies will make first contact, delivering the first big gravitational punches. Then, by 4 billion years, the cores start to merge, and that's when the real chaos begins. And finally, around 6 billion years from now, the main event. The supermassive black holes at the center of each galaxy will finally collide. So what are our odds? Well, researchers have run the simulations, and here's what they've come up with. There's a 12% chance our solar system gets knocked out of the ring entirely, just ejected into the cold, dark void between galaxies like a loose tooth. There's a smaller 2.7% chance we actually switch teams and get captured into orbit around Andromeda. And the rest? Well, we could stay put. Or, much more terrifyingly, we could get dragged toward the brand new, incredibly violent galactic core. And that brings us to what cosmologists are really worried about. It's not the stars, it's not the planets. It's the monsters lurking at the heart of each galaxy. They're supermassive black holes. And let me tell you, this is not an even fight. Our black hole, Sagittarius A*, is a respectable 4 million times the mass of our sun. But Andromeda's black hole, a staggering 100 million solar masses. It's 25 times bigger. This is the true main event, folks, and we are hopelessly outmatched. Now, when these two monsters finally spiral into each other and merge, the energy that gets released is going to be
cataclysmic. It's going to ignite all the surrounding gas and dust, creating one of the most powerful and violent objects in the entire universe, a quasar. Think of it like a cosmic death ray, just blasting out insane amounts of high-energy radiation. And this quasar won't be a quick flash in the pan. No, it could burn for millions of years, using all the stars and gas from both galaxies as fuel. Its radiation would be so intense, it could literally sterilize everything for thousands of light years in every direction. The bottom line is, if our solar system ends up anywhere near that new galactic center, it will be completely vaporized.
But after all this talk of galactic collisions and dueling black holes and quasars, there is one final, pretty ironic twist to our story. A threat that's actually much closer to home and a whole lot more certain. Because, we've been sitting here looking billions of years into the future, just assuming we'd be around to witness all of this. But the truth is, the clock is ticking on a much, much shorter timeline for us. You see, long before that galactic merger is even close to being finished, our own star is scheduled to die. In about 3.75 billion years, our sun will run out of hydrogen fuel in its core. It'll switch to burning helium, which is much hotter. All that new energy is going to push its outer layers out and out, transforming it into a red giant big enough to swallow Mercury, Venus, and yes, planet Earth.
And that, right there, is the ultimate irony of it all. We spend all this time worrying about a cosmic invader from another galaxy, when our doom is absolutely guaranteed to come from the very star that gives us life. We will be vaporized by the same guy we were hoping would save us, the sun.
But hey, let's end on a thought that's a little more hopeful. While our own fate seems pretty sealed, the approach of 1 trillion new stars and countless new planets is going to dramatically increase the cosmic real estate right here in our neighborhood. So could this great galactic collision, this thing that sounds like a harbinger of doom, could it actually be our best chance of finally answering that ultimate question? Are we alone?